Hey everyone, Jeffrey Way here. Welcome to a new episode of the NetTouch.com screencast of the week. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to show you a way to dramatically increase how quickly you write your code, or anything for that matter. We're going to be using a text expander program. So most of us have heard of it, but I guarantee that the majority of us are not using them for a variety of reasons. It might seem like too much trouble, or many of these programs want you to spend $40 for a license, and it's just not worth it. I'm going to show you a free way, and it's going to unbelievably save you so much time. So quickly before I get into this, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our RSS feed, and if you enjoy these screencasts, I highly recommend that you consider signing up for our Plus account. For $9 a month, it gives you access to Net Plus, PSD Plus, and Vector Plus, and it's really high quality freebies, screencasts, and tutorials. So it's just a great deal. It's the price of a pizza. Please do consider it. It'll help you, and it really helps us. Okay, so let me give you a quick idea of what we're going to be working with. So I've opened Notepad++, and this is probably what you would expect. A blank page, and maybe your IDE automatically enters some text, but a lot of them don't. So what do you do in these cases? Well, you might just go to another program, copy and paste it in to get your basic HTML, and that's fine. It probably would only take 15 or 20 seconds or so. But what if we did something like this? There we go. And we just come up, and we need to save this, and we'll just save it as delete to remind myself. And now we already have our opening tags. So let's say we come down and I decide, you know what, I want to add a basic form. All right, simple form, done. How about a little bit down the road, I decide, hey, you know what, let's jQueryify this form. All right. Let's go ahead and import jQuery, done. And let's add our opening jQuery tags. Not simple jQuery, what is it? Done. Okay, what else? Let's say a little bit down the road, we add a new a new style sheet, and we need to link to that. Well, we could type it out the long way, or link. Done. All right, you know what? Let's say I'm building a template for themeforest.net, and I'd like to add the generic lipsum text. Let's add our paragraph tags, lipsum. Done. Now the text is a little out of line because I'm on a low resolution, but that won't affect anything. What if, let's say, I start typing and I forget to add a paragraph tag? Well, we could do it the slow way and add our closing tag, press home, add the opening tag. Well, you could do that, and it only takes about 3 or 4 seconds. But every time I can save or gain 3 or 4 seconds over you, think how much more efficient I can be after doing that 200 times a day. Much more efficient. I can maybe get an hour's extra work than somebody else. So in this case, I would just type WP for wrap paragraph, and we're done. So look, in a minute and a half, look how much code we wrote. We added a form, we added some basic lipsum text, we created our jQuery. Now, normally if you were adding your script, you would probably do it the long way. Script type equals text/JavaScript, and that's fine. That's fine, and that's what I do for a lot of these screencasts. But, overall, that takes a long time. Why not just type jQuery, import your script, done. Think are also in instances perhaps where you can't remember a script file. Maybe you're linking to some kind of CDN and you can't remember it. So you have to go to another program, find the file, copy it, or go into Google and search for Google CDN and then copy it. All of those things take time. So why not use a text expander? And that's what I'm going to show you. I'm using a program called Texter. I'm not advertising them in any way. You're free to use anything you like. I'd recommend just Google Text Expander. I want to make sure I'm not advertising for them in any way. It's just what I use. It's a free program, and it works perfectly. So I'm going to hit Control-Shift-M. Whoops, sorry about that. I need to open that manually. Here we go, and here are some of the hot strings that I have. So that wrap paragraph tags, this is what I have right here. And it's very simple. I'm just saying press the home button, add a paragraph tag, then press the end button. That will go to the end of the text, backspace, and then add a paragraph tag. So when we want to select that we're pressing a specific key, remember this is exclusive to Texter, which is a Windows program, but I know there are many other ones. I think for Mac you have Text Expander, and I'm sure they all work very similar. But when you want to press a specific key, you just wrap it within braces. Okay, so let's take a look at a link. If I want to add a style sheet, I'm literally just copying and pasting that in here. And then when I want to reference this code, I just type the hot string name and then tab. So for example, link, tab. Pretty cool, huh? What else? Begin HTML. I just copied in some basic HTML. Begin jQuery. Submit please. This is a very interesting idea. And this, remember, this isn't only for code, it's for anything. So let's say we go into Gmail. This is my NetTouch Gmail account. And we have a system where users can submit previews of tutorials. And essentially it's kind of a yes or no. We basically say, that's probably not right for NetTouch. Or I might say, yeah, it's a good idea. Why don't you go ahead and write that and submit it to us? Well, personally, it would save me a great deal of time if I can use kind of a form and then I can modify it if I need to add some extra information for the user. So, for example, I just sent myself this bogus email, but let's reply to it. And let's imagine that this was a preview submission. Well, if I want to respond to them, I can just type submit please. Done. It goes and grabs the person's name. In this case, it's my name. Adds just a little thing. And then if I want, I can go, but be sure that you blah, blah, blah. But think how much time this saves me over somebody else that has to type all of it out manually or find a copy and paste, or even using a Firefox extension like clippings would be slower than this. So to give you an idea, if I go back and let's change this name to Kevin, and we'll just get rid of all this, and I do it again, submit please. Now it's going to say Kevin, I'm sorry, I had no space there, but you can get the idea. Like so. So I'm going to show you how to build this one. First, we need to download the program. If you're a Windows user, just do a search for Texter. It's actually provided by Lifehacker, so I'm sure all of us read them. Once again, I am not advertising them for them in any way. Get any text expander program that you have. This one just happens to work great, and it's free. And you'll see if we come down to their advanced section, this is essentially the code that was accomplishing what I just showed you. They provide it. It's very interesting. If you look, all of these extra characters, you don't need to worry about them too much. It's very simple. Plus refers to shift. Caret refers to control. So in this case right here, if you can imagine, that's control C, meaning copy. And then tab, within braces, that literally means press the tab key. BS, press the backspace key. Type thanks for email, comma, Control V, paste, and then press backspace. So let's build this manually. I'm going to go into my text expander, and we're going to add a new hot string, and I'm just going to type a response. Okay? And in here, let's just do this manually. Let's see how it would work. I'm going to close this out, and first I want to say hi, and then I want it to grab the name. So let's go ahead and type hi. And let's see how we could grab the name from up here. So here we can press Shift-Tab to tab backwards, and it's going to take us to the to screen. So let's add that right now. If we want to do Shift, we type plus. So Shift, and then within braces, Tab. That'll take us here. Next, you can imagine we want to press the Home key to go to the very beginning. So let's add that in. Home. Next, in order to select a full word, we can type Control-Shift-Right, and that will select an entire word. So, to go offhand real quickly, when you're coding, this is another way you can save yourself time. So let's say, I'm editing and I decide, no, I don't want that word. Well, I could just do backspace like that, or I could do something like Control-Shift-Left, and it selects the entire word and I can get rid of it. What if I'm in the middle of a word? If I hit Control-Shift-Left, it's only going to select from the middle of the word to the right. So what we would do is you can hit Control-Left, and that will do the same thing, but it won't select it. So we could do Control-Left, and then Control-Shift-Right, and that will select the word. So that's just an easy way if you want to get rid of certain words, something like that. All of these things built together, Mac users, to be honest, I just don't use a Mac very much. Don't knock me, but they all have the same keystrokes. So find out what they are for a Mac and use them. They will save you so much time. So we hit home, and now we need to press Control-Shift-Right to select the first word, which will always be the user's first name. So we can do Control-Shift, and then the key right. So I'm going to type right within braces, and that will bring us to right here. And now we want to copy the name, so we need to press Control-C, C. That will copy the name. Next, we need to press Tab, and that will bring us back to where we were before. So let's add that in. Tab. Next, we obviously need to paste that in by pressing Control-V. So let's add that. V for Control-V. And then Control-V. And then I need to press a backspace, because you see there, it added that extra space. So let's add that in. BS for backspace. And then I want to add a comma and then a space. So that will take us to backspace, comma, and then a space. And then I want to press Enter twice. And if we want, we could get rid of the comma after hi, something like that. So we have comma, and then I want to press Enter twice. So I'm going to type Enter. Enter. And we'll type just some random thing like how are you? All right. And then we want to press Enter again. And then maybe one more time, sign my name, and then press it one more time. Let's see how that worked. A replacement with the text response already exists. I'm sorry, this is from a previous screencast that died on me. So we'll try response 2. And let's just change it, response 2. Hit Tab. Oh, and this is something you need to remember. You see here, it just manually did exactly what we typed. We need to specify script. We're making a script. And now, if I do it, response 2, there we go. How are you? So this is a very simple example, but especially if you're like me and you respond to dozens and dozens of emails a day, this saves you so much time. And then, like I said, you can go ahead and modify it however you need to. So you see here, it's really not that hard. It looks kind of difficult when you first see all this, but once you learn it, it's really literally you're telling it, press the tab key, do this, then do this. For example, to show you how I added the paragraph tags right here, let's get rid of all this. Actually, let's get rid of everything. Let's say this is my paragraph. If we want to wrap this in paragraph, and I know this is a simple example, and most times you can create a paragraph tag and it'll close it out for you. I'm just giving you a simple example. But if we wanted to do this, let's create another one. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of response and the other one, because I don't need it. I already have mine. But let's create one called, I use WP for wrap paragraph because you want to make it as short as possible, but we'll write wrap P in this case, wrap P. So let's manually do this one together. I want to press home and then type the opening paragraph tags. So home, and then add an opening paragraph tag. So that brings us here. Next, I want to press end to go to the end of the line. Now, remember, this is only going to work for single line paragraphs. Okay, you can make a more advanced macro if you want to do a multiple line paragraph. So then we're going to press end, close out our paragraph tag. Okay, so right here, end, close out our paragraph tag. Now, me personally, I like to have a little bit of space between the text and the paragraph tags, so why don't we add that? Home, paragraph, add a space, and then end, go to the end, and then maybe, how could we do this? Press space and then add a paragraph tag. All right, let's see if that worked. So I'm going to type, this is my text, move my mouse for you, and I'm going to type wrap P. Once again, I forgot to add script. Let's do it one more time. Script. Okay, sorry about that. And we're going to type wrap P. Okay, so you see it added that extra space. Let's go ahead and actually, that might be right. This is my text space wrap P. Nope, we had an extra space, so I can just go back in, find wrap P, and remove that space. I guess I was wrong about that. My text goes here. Yeah, and there you go. So, very simple example, but if you apply this to enough things, you will just save yourself so much time. If you want to, maybe if you add that and you wanted to wrap something with parentheses, or you wanted to wrap it within strong tags, all of these different ways that will save you 3 to 5 seconds each time. And then really the sky's the limit. I'd love to hear some of your methods of how you save time, even if it's not related to web development, if it's related to sending emails or working on your own computer. So if you're on Windows, check out Texter or check out another program. If you're on Mac, find one and use these. Take an hour or however long you need to learn how to do some of the more advanced features and be done with it and just do all of this fast stuff. Begin HTML or begin HTML. Done. All of this. It's amazing. Try it out, and if you have any questions or any advice, leave a comment. See you later. Bye-bye.